Hello Taurus, Elsie here to do your reading. It is a bonus read. Welcome to Pajama Day. Look, if corporations can do it, so can I. It is freezing here today, and I'm not getting out of these damn pajamas. No way, no how. So it is minus 38 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 39 degrees Celsius. It's a little bit chilly, and I'm not getting out of my pajamas. I barely got out of the bed today. I'm going to go and do this reading here. It is a bonus read. If you've never been here before, welcome. And this is a very large Taurus tribe that I like to read in bonus reads. Other bonus reads are coming out throughout the week as well for all of the other parts of the tribe. And this is a bonus read, and so I do read for the current or the future energy in these reads. I do not dig into anything from the past. That's not what I'm doing here. It is my job to acknowledge it if it does show up, but I'm not going to be digging into anything from the past here. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's find out what's going on for you, Taurus. Look, there's a bunch of sounds going on around me. There's drilling, there's they're cleaning snow out front. You're going to hear background noise. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. Let's find out what's going on. Hey, Taurus, there's also a sale, right? Till the 20th of December. Look in the pinned comment. Everything's there, including your code for 10% off until 20th of December. Tell me about Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus, we start out with the Two of Swords. You're trying to make a decision here. I think you're trying to feel something out. We've got the Five of Pentacles. What's going on here for Taurus, please? Tell me about Taurus. We've got the Four of Cups. Ooh, very interesting. Look, it feels like somebody here is feeling like they've been left out. It also feels like I feel like you feel that you're not on the vibration of anyone right now. That, you know, when I look at this card, I see many things. I see two people that are outside of a church that looks like they're having a hard time, but they won't ask for help. That's number one. Taurus, you know you're like that, right? You're like, fine, forget it. I'll take the sofa up the 3 flights of stairs myself. Right? So it's a little bit of that. But also we have two people here. You can see one is ahead of the other, which tells me that they might be on vibrational differences, right? They might be on different vibrations. But we have somebody who is very, we have somebody who is on crutches and their feet are taped and their head is taped. And it feels like this person identifies, a lot of people have health issues, and it's okay to have health issues. But if all you can talk about is your health issues, then you become that health issue. Rather than being a person with health issues, you're a health issue that happens to be a person. And so I feel like these two people are on very different vibrations. It feels, Taurus, like one of you is ahead of the other. It's like you're not really having a good time or an easy time matching on a vibration. And so I feel like you stay on the outside looking in. I feel like you're in some sort of a comfort zone. And I feel like in this comfort zone of yours, Taurus, is a place where you don't really have to make decisions if you don't want to. On the Two of Swords, the person's eyes are covered. And it feels like this person is, with the water behind them, they're feeling things out in order to make a decision rather than seeing what they believe. So I feel like you could do this or that. You could make a decision to get out of this Five of Pentacles, but I feel like it's almost like it feels like it's a place that has become a comfort zone. And it's almost like this, it feels like you're not even willing to accept help, which is kind of a Taurus thing. If you know, you know. Tell me more, please, about Taurus. We've got the Three of Swords. It does feel like it's a negative mindset that you're in here. And I feel like it's legit. Look, I'm not saying that you don't have a reason not to be in this negative mindset. It feels like there is something that's gone on here. We've got 5 swords now. 5 swords is arguments and fights. It could be differences of opinion. Maybe you don't feel like you belong in a group of people anymore because their vibration is different than yours. And it's not about higher and lower vibrations. It's about different frequencies. We don't agree on the same things. Don't have the same political views. We don't have the same views about poverty. We don't have the same views about, all of those things that are in the news. Maybe we disagree on too many things in order for us to be able to get along in the same vibration anymore. And so now you feel like you don't fit in there anymore, Taurus, is what it feels like. So I feel like you've created some sort of emotional comfort zone. Being by yourself, doing your own thing. I feel like you're not really willing to accept help or love or any of that, because I feel like you're in a bit of a negative mindset, only because that you've been left out in the cold. But look, it's not going to last for much longer, because 2 and 3 is 5, and then we have 5. When you know, is if you've been here before, if you're the ride or die Taurus, you know that for me, whenever more than one 5 shows up, it's because you're moving out of some sort of a lack vibration. It's when more than one 5 shows up, something is about to show up that is about to break you out of this energetic field pretty quickly. We do have the 8 of Pentacles, and I feel like, Taurus, that you've painstakingly gone over the details ad nauseum. Like, I feels like you've gone over these details so much that it feels like you keep breaking your heart as you go over the details over and over and over again. And I feel like it's something you need to let go of. But I really want to say that I think that the reason you can't let go of it is because this is what the comfort zone is. It's almost as if you're going over whatever this person said, whatever the group of people did. It could be a group of people. It could be a group of people at your workplace. Look, it's, sometimes we just get into a place of work and we're not, we don't follow, we're leaders. It's like, it feels like the workplace can be a place where you kind of keep away from the negative attitudes, or you keep away from people who are in sort of a negative mindset where all they want to do is create an environment where people argue. A toxic work environment, it could be that for some of you. Tell me more about Taurus. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like you're trying to, I feel like if this is a workplace issue for you, Taurus, let's just touch on that for a moment. I feel like you have sequestered yourself away from the negativity at the workplace, and it's really made you a subject matter expert at what you do. I feel like you're being noticed for what you do at work. I feel like you are better at it. You're the one who has perfected something. It feels like you're, the subject matter expert, because you're just keeping your head down and you're not dealing with the drama. You're just doing whatever it is that you have to do in order to be successful at what you do. And I feel like you are building something that you don't even realize that you're building. I feel like people are watching you work, and it's probably higher ups, people who have influence in your group. The 3 of Pentacles is in a community. It could be a work community. It could be the community where you live. It feels like somebody is noticing how hard you work and the foundation that you've built alone, because you're the person who is not the follower. You're not going to follow the drones who are in this bad attitude energy. You're going to be the leader who decides to look at things from the top down rather than the bottom up. You're the person who's looking for solutions and not for problems, at least in this reading for sure. Tell me about the 5 of Pentacles, please. We've got the 8 of Cups. So you're thinking of leaving. So leaving the group of people, leaving the friendship group, the soul tribe. You're thinking of leaving the situation here. And you don't really care what's going on out there. You don't care if you're walking off into the darkness. It feels like there's a lot of obstacles out there that are in the dark, and you don't really care. You're like, it's got to be better than this. So for some of you, I feel like you're either thinking about leaving the workplace, but you've built a comfort zone there, right? So it's going to be hard for you to leave. But the thing is that I feel like you're out in the cold anyway. I feel like you don't match vibrations with anyone around you. So maybe it's something that you're just going to disconnect from head over heart. Like, I feel like you're disconnecting emotionally and walking away. We've got the Fool energy here. So I feel like the reason that you have not left yet is because, we're all scared to get into the Fool energy. We're all a little bit terrified to take the leap of faith, to try something new, because maybe you're at a place where you've created tenure and you don't want to start at the bottom of the heap, right? But I feel like the Fool is telling me that there are other opportunities. You can take a leap of faith into something else. If you're not happy there anywhere and you're in the 8 of Cups thinking about leaving, for some of you, I think that the new year is the year where you finally do leave. Maybe you've been at this job for 10 years. Maybe you don't want to leave this job because it pays well. But I feel like you've been maybe at this job for maybe 8 or 11 years possibly, and it's become a comfort zone. And it feels like you are feeling like it's time for something new, that maybe the new year will be the right time for you to try something new. We do have the Knight of Wands. It does feel like this is something that is motivating you. I feel like this Five of Pentacles is motivating you to move forward, to get something new, to take a leap of faith, to find something new. I'm going to say be careful of what sort of risks you take, because the Knight of Wands is someone who may go out in a blaze of glory. Do you know what I mean, Taurus? You probably know what I mean. Like, you know, when you've just had enough, you're like, if I go in there on Friday and Brenda is sitting next to me and all she does is bitch into the universe, I'm out. Like, I feel like, I'm sorry, Brenda, if you're a Brenda, I didn't mean to use your name, but you know what I mean, right? We all have that one person in the office that just is somebody who you're like, if that boss of mine comes by one more time and tells me that, you know, that I'm there 1 minute late, I'm just going to lose my ever-loving crap on them. But you've created some sort of a comfort zone at this, possibly this place of work, this group of people, because you just keep your head down and you keep working. You don't really care what's going on around you here. We have the Hanged Man. I think that though once in a while you pop up your head and you have this perspective of, you know what, I don't know how much longer I can live in this negative energy. Look, I used to work in the corporate world. I was in insurance and I had my cubicle filled with obsidian and quartz and, you know, rose quartz and amethyst. Like I had my cubicle just full of all of those just to try and soak up all the toxicity that was around me. Yeah, I think that's who I'm speaking to here. I feel like they do pay you pretty well at this job, but look, I feel like you've become a subject matter expert because you're a person who just doesn't pay attention to the people around you, but really pays attention to the work at hand. And I feel like the Hanged Man is telling me here that it almost to a place right now where you feel like you're sacrificing for the money. And you can have a lot of money in the bank and die anyway. I'm just saying mental health can kill you. And so I'm not saying that it will, but I'm just saying that money is a great thing to have, you know, salute to the money because we all need it. And it's always good to have more than we need. But I feel like somebody here is saying, I feel like I'm sacrificing myself here for whatever they're giving me financially. I feel like you're a person who carries a lot. I want to say that maybe you carry other family members, maybe you support them financially. And so that might be the reason that you stay at this place. I feel like you're a person who's very giving, an overgiver. There you are, King of Pentacles, right? That you're very successful in the line of work that you're in. But I feel like if you wanted to, you could probably do it somewhere else because who's not going to hire the King of Pentacles? You're probably someone who moves money. Like maybe you sign checks, maybe you're an actuary or an accountant, but you're really good with whatever it is that you do, you're great at. And I feel like it's a hard place to be every day. I'm just going to say, even though they're paying you really well, that it's a hard place to be every day. I feel like you're getting a perspective that you're sacrificing everything for the boss. It feels like there is an emperor here, somebody who has all the security and the stability. And I feel like this is the person that you're trying to impress. That's just always the person we're all trying to impress for the most part. And it feels like you probably work really close with this person. Maybe you have a really good relationship. The Ten of Pentacles is here with the Emperor. Maybe you have a really good long-running relationship with this person, and it feels like you just don't want to, you know, you're like, I could be jumping from the frying pan to the fire. What if I leave and I don't find a boss like this? Maybe this is the only person in the place who's not toxic, right? Tell me about the Emperor. Yeah, I feel like this Emperor sees it going on and doesn't say anything about it. That's what it feels like. And I've worked in places like that as well, where as long as the quotas are being met, as long as you're getting your work done while you're on the line, as long as you're getting the paperwork done 5 an hour, they don't really care. They're not really going to say anything about the environment. I feel like this is somebody that maybe you don't agree with their management style, but they pay you well, and so that's why you stay. I feel like you're coming to a realization that you've got to stop juggling. It's time to get more balance. I think things are a little bit out of balance. The Eight of Wands tells me that this Emperor doesn't really care about what's going on in the facility where you work. Feels like that. Tell me about the Three of Swords and the Two of Swords. Somebody needs to make a decision about building something on their own. I feel like somebody here has the skills to open their own accounting agency or whatever it is, insurance, whatever it is, what kind of work you do. It feels like somebody here can build something slowly. We have the Knight of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So there it is, right? Queen of Pentacles is the one who has the financial stability, and the Queen of Swords is the one who's struggling not to relieve themselves of their duties because the Knight of Cups is in the reverse. And that's why the Three of Swords is here. Because the Knight of Cups in the reverse is, I just don't love what I do anymore. I don't like to be in this situation anymore. It's time for me to liberate myself. This is where it almost feels like a blaze of glory, right? It feels like I'm willing to blow whatever it is that they're giving me because it's time for me to just say so. It's time for me to clue in the Emperor and let them know that the environment that they've created might be a toxic environment. Look, I could be talking about a family. Maybe it's not a workplace at all. I could be talking about your family, that the person who holds the purse strings in your family, the one who has got the legacy money, the one who is, setting up trust funds for the grandchildren, the children. This person could be a person who is in business for themselves and makes a lot of money, but this person is somebody who, by turning their head and not looking at what damage the money is really causing in the family, it feels like this person really doesn't care because they have a head over heart attitude about it. They're like, well, I'm going to give them the money. If they end up drug addicts, they end up drug addicts. Like, it feels like somebody here is turning their head away from the bad things that the finances are creating in the family, if this is a family thing. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles, please, because it's a community. It can be a family. It can be your community, your neighborhood that you live in. It can be the workplace. Take it as it resonates. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, like somebody is watching and saying, wow, you do really great work, Taurus. But you're like, yeah, but it's killing me. Like, I feel like the High Priestess is here saying, I've got to make a decision, and I've got to make the decision on my own. I think you're about to release some sort of a secret into the environment because you cannot carry this any further on your own. That's what it feels like. Tell me about the Seven of Swords being in the reverse, please. Got the King of Wands, got the Hermit, and the Strength card. So right now you're holding back. I feel like you've been thinking about this for a while, sequestering yourself away, but I think you're about to stand up because that's what the King of Wands would do. When the King of Wands sees something going down, the King of Wands isn't going to let those things go down. The King of Wands is somebody who is in charge of the kingdom, somebody who has been through a lot of things, somebody who has seen abuse firsthand, trauma firsthand. This king is on the throne because of the hardship that they went through in the past. And I feel like you finally just have to stand up and say, look, I'm going to give you a little bit of wisdom. I'm going to clue in this person, this emperor here. They're sitting there in their security and their stability, making money off the backs of others who are treating each other like terribly. And they don't really care just because the money keeps flowing. I feel like what the Strength card is telling me, you need to have the courage to stand up and tell them, look, I can't be in this environment anymore. You fostered a really terrible and toxic environment. Tell me what the outcome is, please. I think some of you are going to end up leaving the family, leaving the community, leaving the soul tribe group or the job, whatever it is. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Six of Swords. And we've got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying here. I feel like some of you are not only going to be leaving the situation, whatever the situation is for you. Could be a bad relationship. Could be someone who maybe the economics are off. Maybe one of you makes a lot of money, the other one doesn't. Maybe one of you is a stay-at-home parent, the other one makes a lot of money. And so there is an imbalance of power, a power struggle going on in the home. It could be that. I feel like the Six of Swords is telling me here that you're not only going to liberate yourself with this Queen of Swords energy, but you're planning on liberating others as well. I feel like you're planning on steering others in the right direction. Like, it feels like when you make the decision that makes you happy enough, and that's how you'll know. It's like, it won't be a struggle to leave. It will be something that you're going to be excited about leaving. So whether it's the relationship or the job or whatever it is, it feels like you're about to release it in order to gain some peace. I feel like somebody is coming to a realization, a breakthrough here, that I need to be happy. And being happy is going to help you live longer than being rich. And those two things can be right at the same time. You can be wealthy and that can extend your life, but if you're wealthy and miserable, you're going to die before the rest of us. I'm just saying. I'm just going to put it out there because I'm a Sagittarius rising and I just put it out there as it is. That's the way it is. I feel like that it's time for you to stop fighting yourself. It's time for you to make the move. I'm not telling you to leave your job, leave the relationship, or leave the family. I feel like this is the energy that I'm getting, that somebody here needs balance, needs for things to come into a place of balance, stability, and emotional stability as well. A decision needs to be made, and it'll be made in the right time. Don't push yourself. If you're the person who's in this situation and you've decided that it's time to go, don't push yourself to do it immediately. I feel like you're probably going to do it in the new year, and I think you're planning your way out of it already. I think you've already released it in order to get peace, and I feel like you're leaving here because it's too chaotic. It's going to make you happy. I'm saying it's going to give you reason to celebrate. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you so much. I'm going to go, but I'll be back because I'm always back. You know it. I love you. I'm going to go. See you guys later. See you later. Love you. Bye.